Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Oh, so
Good.
very good morning. So last week, wasn't there. So that video rendering, how to create a cinematics, that is something was pending. So I'll just show that thing. Show that thing. It's a pretty simple and easy way. And then we'll move to environment 2. We'll start with that. Only that thing is pending, like how to create a video and how to render out a very good quality video from Unreal. Now how to create, I'll show that. Then we'll move to environment 2. Like hope all of your environment is like almost finished.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's work on this rendering. How to, because end of it, like after creating, we have to convert this into a either playable game, or we have to create this into like a video, nice video render, any one of them. And both we can do. We can create a level and then we can export that as a playable game also, or we can just simply render out a nice cinematic video. We For video we have to set up the scene, we have to create a camera, we have to create an animation, and for all cut shots and planning we have to do all those things. And for like this thing playable game, we just have to export it as a game. That's it. Okay, so now our scene is ready, so I need to render out it a now nice video, or I want to export this as a game, because there's nothing as such, but process you should know. It's pretty simple. Go to files and you can see you have this package setting here, right? So project setting and all these things. So you here there's something called, yes, package project. You can use Windows, Android, iOS, whichever format, whichever system you're running, and wherever you want to play it. Based on that, just click on that. If you click it, it will start compiling everything, and I have to build all the light, and then I'll click on that. So it will convert this entire thing into this thing. This package, this is like setting which project and cook content for Windows. If I click on this, see, it will start cooking. Cooking is basically it's converting this entire scene into a playable game where you will have an exe file. You can double click that and then you can switch it on and walk and just play around, move around, whatever setting. Because playing around takes a lot more things where you have um, like a player jumping, player shooting or some other thing. All those stuff like you need to add it into your scene. That is all part of your game design and all. So those things, but like just a walk through, we can export it. It will create the state. It will take a little time, compile everything and cancel it. And it will take some time, and then output log like what it's doing and everything. Once it's done, it will save it into a local drive. It will ask where to save, and then you can just simply open that folder, double click the exe file. You should be able to play the game, which is like pretty easy. I guess I have, it takes little time. I have an older file. Let's see. um where is that environment? Not this one. Print. Okay, I guess I have deleted that most all because I cannot see. There was a project I have created separately where the game is playable. Should be under content. Let me see. No, this is different. It's not here. Just try this thing out. Okay, now suppose I want to create render out a nice, very good. Just give me a second. Close my door. It's too much of noise. Now I want to create a nice video. So nice video for this. So first I need a camera. So I'll search for camera. You can see that we have a lot of different cameras. So I'll be using something called Cine Camera. Cine Camera have like it's like a real life actual video camera. It have all the options. Basic camera have only few options just for basic setup. So we'll be using Cine Camera. Drag, drop it. The moment you place it, you can see there is a window here. You can pin it and now rotate, and you can see that this the color and everything is changed here. Reason, it shows you final output because I haven't baked my light. You can see the shadows are not there. So once you bake it, angle rotation, I think it's soft. So place the camera. Suppose I want to have 2-3 cameras. I can have 2-3 cameras also in my scene. Let's see, Cine Camera, one more here. Rotate slightly. So now in my scene, I have 2 cameras. You can, if you want, you can have multiple cameras. That's apps. This is not pinned. I pinned both of them so I can see the preview directly here. Now, To create camera animation and render out a nice video, I need to go to cinematics. You can see there's an option cinematics. Click here, add level sequencer, add master sequencer, add level sequencer. So we'll use a level sequencer and then connect both the camera into a master sequencer. Let's create level sequencer and save it wherever you want to save. Best thing will be if you save it inside your folder only, so it will be easy for you to track it later. Delete this one, sequencer 2, save it. So you can see it will open a new window. Without camera, this window will not open. So you need to have a camera in your scene, and then you have to create this basically sequencer and open it. Now, this camera, select any of the camera. So this is my camera, I selected. So once you select this, click on this track and actor to sequencer, add cinema actor 3, like whichever I have created. So it will show me the entire camera, and by default it have 150 frames. So if you want, you can increase that. Control, scroll, reduce. You can make it like 300. It will snap automatically, and increase the length of this video also. It will snap automatically. So now if you see, if I move this orange tab, nothing happens. Nothing happens here because that camera, there is no animation. So first frame is 0, so I'll type it down manually 0, so I don't mess up anything. So first thing, this camera, what I want it to go down slightly so I can see the preview. Let's see the preview. This is my camera. I want to start it from here and slightly angle like this. This is my camera position, and I want my camera to start from this position. So I have to add some key, like key animation in Max, exact same thing. So I have to go to transform, rotation, location, scale, all of them I need to lock. So I just create this plus, it will add key to location, rotation, scale, all three. Now, last one. And I can switch on my auto key is already on. I just move it down, and angle I want to change slightly. I feel it should go slightly this direction, and maybe slightly this side rotation. No. So you can see it creates this 2 dot, scale and location. No, sorry, rotation and location, no scale, because I haven't changed the scale. I rotated the model, I have changed the location of the file. So now if I go to this camera, this is my camera 3, right? Camera 3, go to perspective, you can see I have camera 3. Click on this, I can see the preview of my scene. And now if I play this, you can see it will play the scene here. So I create this thing, and if I want, I can add a lot of stuff to my camera. I can select the camera. Select the camera, you can see I have the focal length. Focal length I can change it to like 85 or something. I personally like this, that's why. So you can see everything is blur here based on the camera position, because camera have a lot. And to exit the camera, make sure click on this and default camera, and here is my scene, and I can see it here, everything looks blur. So that is because of depth of field. Those things I can change here. Lens, you can see all these options are there that I can manipulate and change. Depth of field, I can see this depth of field near, far blur. This is mobile. Oh, depth of field here. So I have all this depth of field. Focal distance, all these things I can manage from here. Lens flare, if I want, I can have a lens flare also. Focal distance and all these things also, if I want, I can modify. It acts like a real life camera only. So let's see, I'll play this. I can see these things are blurred. That is fine. Like front focus. You can see I can add this vignette slightly. So corners will become slightly dark. Depth of field and all this thing. Bloom. Like all these things I can modify, add more details. Focus setting, you can see manual focus setting is there. Draw a plane. It's basically where it's focusing. That purple sheet you can see. So it's basically wherever the purple thing is coming, it's focusing that area. So like this, I can fix because see all these things become slightly sharp. If I push it back, it becomes a little blurry. So focus somewhere at the center or maybe here. So I can focus the shift here and then I can switch off this and play again. So you can see everything is little clear. So like this, you can select a focal shift and everything and generate all this detail very easily. Similarly, this one camera is ready. One camera is ready. This thing is fine. Now I want to create another camera, another cut shot. So this is one sequencer for one camera. So if you want to have multiple sequences in one camera, then you have to create them separately and then merge it together. So one camera is ready, save it. So one camera is ready, save it. This is my sequencer one. Now I'll go and create one more sequencer and save it in that particular scene only. Previously sequencer 2, this is sequencer 1, I believe. 1. Make sure names are different and select the camera 1. Make sure. So then track. So whichever you select, it comes first basically. It will be visible here only, top of it. Otherwise, manually you have to search and add it. Done. Printer is joining. Okay. So added. So number of frames and all these things I can modify again. Control scroll. 300 frame. 300 frame. Increased it. So let's see my camera 1. So this should go up, right? So select this one. I'll add all the transform here. all nodes. My auto key is already on, and then move the timeline first. Like if I want to like in between also change, maybe 150. 150, I want to move it up here halfway. See, it will create a point here, automatically key, and 300. Suppose I want to have little rotation and change. So I'll change it, angle, just like placed it here. So you see, it creates 3 points. So there's no limit. You can create multiple points. The more complex design play. You can see now what it's doing, and rotating and moving the camera here. So like this, I can generate this thing. So once this is done, save this also. Now I want to combine these two animation. Yes, I can export them individually and then merge it in a Premiere or some other software also. Or if I want to merge it at once, I can do it in Unreal also directly. So for that, I can create a master sequencer. So the master sequencer, and then I can generate this thing, create master, all these things default I can keep, and then generate this thing. So wherever I want to save this, I have to select the path, like where I want to save. Let's see. Or the easiest way is create one more sequence, level sequencer, and name it as master. Master, save it. Now it's saved. Now what you have to do is go and browse wherever you have saved the file, those previous two sequencers here, sequencer 1 and sequencer 1, sequencer 2, these two. So this scene is here. Select sequencer 1, sequencer 2 and drag, drop it here. So it will create two cut shots. Two cut shots. So only thing you have to do is first increase the timeline to 600 because each one is 300 frames, and drag and place it here. Two shots, 600 frames, and you can select this. If you want to play, you can definitely play it. So for that playing, you can click on the camera, and now you'll see it will play both the cut shots at the same time. This is like roughly I created. So something interesting we have to create: rotation and angle. Create this thing, and then I can just simply export this video. Like I can have multiple cut shots. I can have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 the amount of cut shot I want. And plus, I suppose I want to decrease the light. Like you can create any kind of thing, any kind of each and everything in your scene. Whatever is there in your scene, if you want to modify, you can definitely do it very easily. Now, if suppose in my scene I want to we have a lot of lights, right? So if I want to modify light or something, I can do that also. I can add some dust particles or anything. Everything can be added here, and then we can modify that thing like key animation. Like I can have a light in my scene, and I can increase, decrease the intensity. If I can add you've seen like focal length, reduced, increase, all this thing, you can modify everything. So once you're done with this, click on this render. It will ask like all the settings. By default AVI, your full HD if you want, full HD. And do not modify any one of this. Compression quality, yes, that is something you can definitely modify, increase the quality. And then once you're done with this, if you have any animation you've seen, you can bake it and then capture movie, save selected. It will open a new window here. It will take few minutes. Don't worry, everything is cut here. You cannot see the entire scene. No need to worry. It will render the entire scene, entire footage, whatever you have set in your camera. And open the folder. This is here. It's rendering. Done. Capture folder have opened already. And the last one most probably here, bar. See, it's an entire video, one single solid video. If you want, you can change the lighting, change the focal length. You can, if you want to make this blurry and this is sharp, you can do all adjust focal length and all this thing, and do this, or you can switch off the entire depth of field thing and generate nice video. So it becomes super easy to create a video, and it renders really fast. Only one thing, before rendering, you have to bake all the lights and everything. You have to build your scene. Only thing is, you can see it's saying 6 objects needs to build. It's open, I believe. Yeah, it's open. I exit that perspective view and everything is fine. Yeah. So in my scene, so before rendering, so you can see there are a few things you have to make sure, like you have to adjust those things. That is something, your lighting. So I have to build my scene. So lighting quality, medium or high quality, and build the scene. So it will generate all the shadows. Building lighting. So before building, one more thing I have to change. That is, let's see my direction light. I can reduce the intensity to point, like maybe 5 or something, make it a little less brighter. Then There are few things. See, it generating all this uh, ambient occlusion and all these things are there. Nice. And if I want to add some dust, ambient dust, I'll add beautify to beautify my scene. Right? Particle system, ambient dust. I add a little ambient dust to make my scene little more interesting and more believable, because like no matter what scene you are working on, you will have ambient dust. And ambient fog, let's see. This is too much. I don't like it. I have added this dust particles. It's compiling. And now what I have to do is I have to change my lighting setting to static for baking purpose, because all the light I need to bake. Sky. So all the lights I have to convert it into static light. Now once it's done, I have to build my entire lighting. And make it a little stronger. G. So now I can clearly see the light source, shadows, and everything is visible. So everything is compiled. Now I have to build my lighting. We'll build, bake, and slowly transfer into the scene. Now, if I go to my cinematic master, here is my scene. I can select the camera. It will show me the preview camera. I can play with this and see the final output, what is happening here. So I can feel my scene. See, all these dust particles are there, so it makes your scene a little dynamic. It looks okay, something is happening there. And I feel my light, overall light is little dark. So what I can do, I can increase the intensity of my this light, push back to 10 only, build again. This lighting, light building and finalizing the final light and everything, it takes a little time. Done. Click this and I can see everything here. Click on the camera again and play. You can see everything. All particles are moving and all. If I want to change the light, suppose in my scene, I have this light, right? And I want to rotate that light, increase, decrease of this thing, track. You see, I have selected the light here. So that's why the first option is showing the light. Click on this. So in light, you can see you have intensity and color. Intensity and color you can add here. But what if I want to rotate the light also? So in that case, I have to plus and add a transform here. So light is here. So my first frame, light intensity is 10. Let's keep it like this. Light color also fine and transform also fine. Now I want to move this thing. Sorry, this one first here, first frame. Okay, any frame. And here I want to modify the light and transform this thing. So last frame I have modified. And G, I can see my direction light here that I move outside. That is not like a movement is not required. I just need to rotate the light. So first frame, I rotate in this direction, and intensity of the light, I can, if I want, I can increase it. It become brighter. So now it will change everything. I can control light also now. Can click on camera and hit play. You can see light, all light moving now. So like this, I can modify a lot of things. I can move light, I can move some fog. If I want to move something else or add something, all kind of effects, because effects are like small things combined together, like your wind, your light, your some scene in your some things in your camera, this thing you're moving or doing something. So those things I need to add one by one and then generate a very nice quality of render. And let's see post process. Let's check post process now. Post process, we have this one. So bloom, exposure, and all these things are already, exposure is 1 1, so it's giving you the final output whatever you set here. You can see lens flare. Suppose you want to add, you can definitely, you see these dots came here. Lens flare, if I want, I can add that. Depth of field, if I want, I can add those things. Color grading, if I want to change something, I can change. And under color grading, there is something called LUT maps. LUT maps are basically predefined color correction or maybe color modified things. That is something you can download a LUT pack, which is already available in Unreal Market. You see, amplify LUT. This thing is already there. So if you go and open, you see base. These maps are called LUT map because they already have lighting information. So based on this, it will generate some effect. Let's see, it's warm. You can see this, everything is named nicely. Normal, exposure. So let's see how it changes. So I'll just simply keep it aside, film color. Here. So now I have all these presets and I want to use something. Suppose I want to use this one. Just drag, drop it here. First, you have to activate this thing. and drag property. You can see it changes the entire scene lighting. Entire scene lighting, it changes. Everything is a little reddish. This is, you can see we have a lot of presets. Everything is grayish. Summer action. So with the help of this also toxic green, more of a greenish tint. A film monochrome is also there. Popular looks also there. You can see in this a lot of presets are there. You can use any one of them. Little bluish tint. This 80s post process. Blockbuster, little saturated with nice contrast. And suppose I want to use this, I can again same thing. I'll go to my cinematic master here, click on the camera view, play. You can see entire scene, mood, color, everything changed. So like this, you can modify the entire scene, create animation, move things, and and generate something nice, and then we can render it out. There is no confusion, right? Like it's clear, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So, use this and let's see. Fog particle system. Okay, let it compile. It's creating a foggy effect. Forward. My direction light. In my scene, do I have fog? No. So I can add some fog here. Exponential height fog. So all this fog density, everything I can, volumetric fog I can switch on. So based on the scene, it will generate volumetric fog. I can increase, decrease, I can change the color. Fog density can increase, decrease. So all these things I can modify. Direction of the light, let's see. So if I switch on light shaft occlusion, it will create this shaft effect. You can see. Make it prominent. Bloom I can increase, decrease. So let's see the render. You can see those rays now. Those rays are visible. Like this, I can modify things and add whatever I want to add and generate this thing nicely. And once I'm happy with this, like once I'm like happy with the entire scene, like the way lighting and everything is happening here, I'll just simply render this thing out and I'll be done. Done. You can see it's like this foggy thing is too much. I can reduce that also. Because always check your rendered video, because whatever you see in on screen and the video will be slightly different, because this is all, everything is like baked and everything is rendered. And you can create whatever you want to create nicely. Makes your life way easier. There's like tons of things you can do. You can see, you can see change the lighting, night, day. Exact same thing. You can control the light. In this scene only the light is moving and camera is moving, that's it. It's single frame, nothing is moving except your light. Like this, you can modify a lot of things and create nice effect. Like same process, same thing, just you what you want to move, rotate or anything you can do, you can do that. And if you have some like suppose you have some animation, you can just simply bring it here and put it there and it will automatically work. This fan I should have kept separate and modify everything. and generate all the details, whatever you want to create. This is like, I believe this is clear. This is not very difficult. It's pretty simple. Just quickly. So try this thing out, and from tomorrow we'll start environment two. Environment two, and if you have any doubts regarding environment one or anything, that is something also fine. So environment two, and I'll explain like what kind of set we're going to choose, and what is the process, because environment two is slightly different from environment one. In environment one, we created the entire model, and then we um, unwrap and texture everything. But in the module environment two will be different. We will be creating modular pieces. Like we'll create one pillar and pop it in the scene and recreate the entire scene. So I'll show. I have a scene also there. Just give me a second. Just one more thing. Okay, Srijan Roy also joined this team. I guess from environment two he'll be added. Okay, I'll check that. Rachit is not there. Okay, so environment 12, I guess I have a scene. Let's see, I'll show you from another model we're currently working on. It's like still going on. It's a fully playable set. Like you can see. At this for this particular module, environment 2 will be using most of the things in Unreal. So if I hit play, so I can see everything. See this poster, there are like animated posters. See dirt, debris, garbage, lights, and staircase. It's still WIP. It's still working on this. You can create entire scene, and here you can see like most of the things are modular pieces. Like same chair, you can see same chair again, same chair here, same chair there, that side also. So and all these pillars are same. All those pillars are same, but still we can create variation. If I show you, you see this pillar, it's all broken and all this thing. There is a debris. So this is something I have created within Unreal. This pillar is exactly same like this pillar only without any broken part. So we did it in within Unreal. So how we do it and how to place all this thing, and make sure install Megascan Bridge, because we'll be using Megascan Bridge a lot this time for environment 2, and create some scene, this entire scene. Everything will be separate parts, and then we'll generate everything and see. This is still not finished. It will finish it. Something like this will create a fully playable scene with all dirts and all light and everything. And these are all modular pieces. If you select this, you can see this pipe is separate, this pipe is separate, this pipe is separate, and the staircase, this thing, it's separate. I combined it here. Then this, all these things are separate. So like this I have created separately and imported and placed in Unreal. This thing also separate. You see, separated. Will generate this kind of thing, and how to create animated boards and all this thing, because all this thing, if you have this kind of stuff, it looks very dynamic, it looks nice, and it looks more realistic. So we'll modify those things and create everything. Okay. Okay, then I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, and we'll start working on environment too. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.